Hey, what is up, fellow Raiders? This is Vulcan Dan, Raid Shadow Legends video here, and I got in touch with my clanmate Qonstant. Yes, that Qonstant. Champion training tournament for Krisk against the one and only Hell Hades. Congratulations to Hades for winning the event. It was well deserved. Great effort from Qonstant as well. Incredible, mind-blowing event. Both players put in some crazy work and resources and gave us a really fun show for that entire week. We all know what it was like for Hades, but let us hear from Qonstant and how the event was from his end. Hey, what is up? We have Qonstant right here. He was the guy who went toe-to-toe with Hell Hades last week in that special champion training tournament to get the almighty Krisk. Yeah, Qonstant, thank you for joining us today for this interview.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Nice, yeah. So, tell us a bit about yourself. How long have you been playing Raid? What parts of the game do you like?
Sure. So I've been playing almost 2 years now. Started in the summer of 2020. A lot of people started working from home back then, and it just was looking for something to do because you can't go out and do a lot of things. So took up Raid, and the same things that I think attract a lot of people, attracted me. The beautiful graphics, the depth of gameplay, and I was hooked, pretty instantly. So like I said, I've been playing for 2 years now. I like a lot of the content, maybe not Hydra, again, like most people.
Yeah.
I like Arena. I can finish in platinum fairly regularly, but I'm not like a top 20 or anything like that. But it's a lot of fun, to have the changing metas and trying to figure out what the other guys got before you attack. But I've got most of my dungeons all set up. My clan boss. That was maybe the first thing that you work on. You get that set up, you get your unkillable going, and you just let that rip now. So yeah, lots of things that I like about the game. And then something like this happens, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, coming from a free-to-play player, it's crazy, really. The things that you did last week, couldn't even imagine being that scenario. So I think I'm more of a casual player, and I'm just watching and just having a great time with us in the clan chat, and then with the Hell Hades videos. It's crazy, man. But yeah, you know, uh, who is your favorite champion? I hope is it Krisk?
No, it is most certainly not Krisk. No, my favorite champ I mean, like probably like a lot of people, it's Sify. I actually, my account got super lucky. I got a Sify after like 2 months of play or less than 2 months of playing, and it like took my account from like struggling with Dragon 8, like I was taking on Dragon 20 like 3 or 4 weeks later. It's crazy how powerful she is, and
No.
still to this day, and she's kind of the anchor to most of my teams. Definitely in arena. I build her fast and tanky. I've actually got her +2 now. I've gotten some fortunate draws, and yeah, she's far and away my favorite.
I have a question. What speed is your Siphi at right now?
No leaks, but it starts with a 4.
Wow. Yeah. My fastest champion as a free-to-play player is 350. So you can just see the difference. My Siphi that I just pulled, what was it, a few months ago. So I started building her. So she got my second fastest gear. So she's sitting at around 330 right now. So I don't think I'll be competing in Plat Arena like you guys. But okay, that's
Yeah,
a
but
diff.
you got a heck of a 3v3 teams. I know your champ roster, and, and you got that set up well.
It's okay. It's okay. I got yeah. I think I got really lucky with that times two void weekend. I got a Siphi and my second Necreth. Other than that, though, I'm not competing in any high-end arena soon. But yes. All right.
Yeah, it's tough. You need those meta champs.
Mm,
I'm still chasing a warlord, or a Yumiko now.
mm.
Without those, it's really tough to be real top tier.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also one of the champs that I got lucky with. I got a Warlord quite early. I think he was either my second or my third Void Lego. So yeah, that was crazy. And
Nice.
the funny thing is, as a free-to-play player, I didn't know what to do with him. So I was like, that was during a time when I think that was 2020 or 2021. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't know what to do with him as a free-to-play player. I wasn't very active in arena. But yeah, now he's a staple in my arena teams. Yeah.
And no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So let's go ahead to the event itself, that crazy champion training tournament with Krisk. What were your initial thoughts when this event got announced? Did you go into this event thinking that, yes, I want that Krisk, I'm going to go for it?
So I was a little wary. They obviously they've had these events before, right? And none of those I competed in, but my account wasn't really ready. It wasn't in a state where it could have competed those accounts. But I just remember, the kinds of points people were putting on the board, to win a Draco or whatever, and like a Madam Sarah, and it was crazy. And I thought, like, there's no way I can do it. But and I thought about it, after a day or two after they announced, and I'm thinking, I really need a Krisk, as our clan is really starting to be more focused on Hydra, right? And he's such an important champ in Hydra. And I'm like, boy, it really, really would be useful to have him, right? And so I kind of said, look, I got a lot of food stored, chicken stored. I'm kind of a hoarder just in normal times. So like if I'm, if I go into it and there is somebody who puts up, 50,000 points on day one, yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
Nice. Yeah. Just to share too in my own group, first day I think some guy went with 100,000. So uh they're they're
That's exactly it. I mean,
yeah.
clearly, like if that had happened, then yeah, I would have been out on day one. But
Mhm.
I saw day one, and the literally when I logged in, the top guy had 3,000 points.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, well, clearly, this is not a group of well prepped, whales here. So I figured I had as good a shot as anybody.
Yeah. All right, all right. Yeah, so of course you wanted to go for Krisk, and yeah, you mentioned that you didn't have him. How much would Krisk change your account? Which teams would you put him in?
Hydra, 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 Hydra. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm struggling. I mean, I got lots of champs,
Mm.
with the Sify, and then I got a Duchess, and I got a couple Royal Guards built, and a couple Geomancers, and like I got all those things, and still brutal is just really tough. So I think Krisk would have been a huge help there.
Yeah, definitely. I have a Duchess, and that's why I'm able to do a little bit in Hydra. But yeah, I think Duchess and Chris, those two, god tier in Hydra. But yeah, so
Absolutely.
yeah, did you do any preparations before this event? Because I think we got, I think a week, was it? A week
Yeah,
or
yeah,
some.
it was several days.
Yeah.
And I did a little bit of prep. I didn't go crazy with the packs that they were selling. I bought a couple that seemed like they were better deals than others. If you recall, the week prior, there were some pretty decent packs, and there were some kind of less decent packs. So I was still kind of being smart about my buying before the event. But I had a ton of stuff. Like I said, I literally I saved every copy of Epics. I saved every copy of every rare even. Everybody was leveled up to 30 or to 40 or to 50. So I had hundreds of champs kind of just ready to go.
Nice. Yeah, well, same thing here. I do have a copy of every single epic. I don't keep rares though. But was that something that you've been doing since before? Like you're you're hoarding all of these epics and rares just in case, for this kind of event.
That, well, not even for this kind of event, but that's
Yeah.
just the way I like to play the game, right? I
Yeah.
love the collecting aspect of it. You never know when, some, the Hellborn sprite is going to become some meta, clan boss champ, so I'd rather have them, and okay, well, I go build them now. The secret rooms in
Yeah.
particular in Doom Tower, all those rares that you need. I got a couple. What is it? The that barbarian rare. I got a couple of her built. I got,
Uh,
a bunch of the, different kind of rares that you need for those secret rooms built. And
yeah.
so I just never wanted to be in a position where, oh, I don't have the champ that I need, especially if it's just a rare, because I know I would have pulled it before.
Yeah, that's something I probably should do. I do remember not being able to complete the last Doom Tower secret room of I think it was rare HP champ. Yes. So
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, the rare HP champ. All right, so secret on that one is get yourself two gear grinders.
Yeah, exactly.
We have to level them up to like 50, and you just let them keep reviving everybody,
Yeah.
and you let it go. I mean, seriously, it's like, 40 minutes, but it's full auto, so you only
Yeah.
got to do it once.
Exactly. Yeah. That's so I should learn from that. But yeah. So going back to the event itself, what were your main strategies for just getting tons of points? And did you focus on getting a lot of points quickly, or were you managing your resources more efficiently to make sure that you're not just spending like crazy?
Yeah, so the big thing is that there's two parts of it. There's the ongoing, hey, how much are you racking up each day, and then how much you're saving for your final push at the end, right?
Hmm.
And so if you have no push at the end, you're pretty much certain you're going to get beat. Right? So you got to build up a stash during the week. You're going to be able to, put on, in my case, I was ready to put up 15,000 points right at the end there with using up chickens and things, and I never wanted to eat into that buffer, right? Um, but otherwise, it's about just, steady, constant grinding of points, right? I mean, get those ones into twos, twos into threes, threes into fours. Get those bonus points. Fours and fives are so huge in an event like this. Just to like waste the one or two or three runs on them, then you feed them. That's really how you got to do it. But unfortunately, like my strategy was also dictated a lot by like real life, right? I mean, there's only so much I could do. I was still working, 9 to 5, so I was limited a bit into what I could do during the week as far as racking up points. And especially, when RSL Helper went down, right? I was glad. I do a lot of mobile playing anyways, so I value the multi battles, and had a couple thousand of those saved, and was using those. But even then, it's a resource management of your energy, of your gems, of your food, and of your multi battles, right? You gotta manage all those things,
Yeah.
right? Like you don't want to spend 20 multi battles leveling up your 4 stars, right? Because those, you can manually click, 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 click 20 times, right? But the 1 stars where, one battle and
Yeah.
then you got to replace them, one battle, then you got to replace them. That's where you got to use your multi battles, right?
Yeah.
And be real efficient on that kind of stuff. You figure some of that stuff out, ahead of time, and you feel real smart. Others you kind of learn the hard way, and you're like, oh man, I just wasted all those resources. There was a much better way of doing it. But
Yeah.
but by Friday, Saturday, I found a pretty good rhythm and figured out, how I had to do that.
Yeah. So now now that you're sharing about that, it would be because I think you're also going to have your interview with the man himself, HH. Uh, and I'm curious to see, as a free to play player myself, with this massive training that's going on. You mentioned from ones to twos to threes to fours. If Hell Hades had the same strat, or is there some other faster way? I don't know. Maybe you guys did the same thing. Maybe he just had more time in his hands. You mentioned that you were working, that you had a regular job, which makes it that more impressive. Because it's crazy. I also work, and I don't, I don't know how I could, even if I could spend in this game. I don't know how I could do the things that you did for this event. Did you sacrifice any sleep, or did you have someone helping you out?
So actually, yeah, sacrificing sleep was probably the biggest thing, right? And especially, on Friday and Saturday
Yeah.
nights, right? Those were things where, I needed to put in the extra hours to do the grinding. As far as though, lots and lots of moral support, especially from my clanmates, go Tau. You guys were fantastic. When the grind was really getting to me, I go on Discord, and everybody's like, go Constant, and that gave me a little extra, pep in my step, which was really great. But other than that, no help at all. And part of it was, if I was going to win, I kind of wanted to win single-handedly, just some guy, versus, the YouTube, megastar. And, unfortunately it didn't work that way. But going back to, the strategy, look, there's only a couple strategies, it's, grind, right? There are a couple things that, one of our clanmates, Bio, picked up on, that, the best way to get food is not through mystery shards, through the market. And so
Yeah.
that was actually huge. The problem is, oh my God, that is a terrible grind. Go to the market, find the uncommons, refresh, find the uncommons, refresh. It's a lot easier, push the button, but to find things, yeah, so you go in the market and you find the uncommons, you buy them, and you refresh. You find the uncommons, you buy them, and you refresh. It's so much easier when you're just doing things like brews, or, farming in campaign, or mystery shards, where, you know what you're doing. You're pushing the one button and you're just doing that over and over again, right?
Yeah.
Anything where you're mentally like trying to find something, wow, that just takes a lot out of you. But it's great because, the 1 stars are awful to deal with. You only get one grind out of them, and you got to find,
Yeah.
go upgrade them in tavern. They're really, they're just such a hassle to deal with. The 2 stars, the uncommons are so much better. And so, I think that was one main difference. And I think maybe throughout the week allowed me to keep up with him. But then ultimately, the thing that killed me was Sunday night. When he started, just buying from the bank, level up rares with ancient shards. That was
Oh.
like, and I told you guys in
Yeah.
in Discord earlier that day,
Yeah.
look, I get the packs, I'll do all that stuff, but I'm not going to the bank like that. Okay, that's where I'm gonna lose, win or lose, and I'm okay with that. And so, I wasn't watching his stream, but I know that we had some spies doing it.
Yeah.
So, when they reported that back, I just knew. And so I just kind of calculated, okay, look, we got, 5-6 hours of grinding left. If I'm going off uncommons, he's doing it off from rares. What are we talking about here? And it was apparent that there was no way that I was going to be able to, even with my 15,000 buffer, I knew he was going to be making an even bigger, snipe at the end.
Yeah.
And so I figured I'll just save my resources and call it a week.
Yeah, I think I do recall, like, towards that final hours, that you had some PC problems.
Oh, and then
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So if anybody doubts, how much work I was doing. So RSL Helper got back up, but it was still a little
Yeah.
bit buggy, right? Which okay, that's fine. You need to do that. Then, oh my God, my mouse battery died. All right. If you want to know how taxing this event is in terms of just moving and clicking, how long does a mouse battery last? Like months, right? This thing couldn't even make it through a week. So yeah, that was just, it was like one of those things like, oh my God, now this too.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned it took you 30 minutes to get it back again. And that 30 minutes, HH just went ahead.
I know. I mean, you're scoring, at that point where you're just 100% focused on things, you're scoring 6,000, 7,000 points an hour,
Yeah.
right? And to miss out on a half hour is a huge thing. But look, no excuses. I mean, Hell Hades obviously played a great game,
Yeah.
and put a ton of work into it. And clearly he deserved that win.
Yeah.
But it was a grind. It was a grind. He got the Krisk, but I feel like we both lost.
Yeah, and of course, Plarium is the ultimate winner here.
Polarium's the winner. Yes, that's the right way to put it. He got the Krisk, but Polarium won.
Exactly. But yeah, did you have any communication with HH during this event? Any trash talk?
Yeah, a little bit. I saw his video on Monday, and he specifically, saw somebody from Tao.
Uh,
And so, I definitely remember leaving messages on his YouTube channel, hey, I'm going to go for this. Um, and then later in his Discord, a little bit of trash talking, but it was all in good fun.
yeah,
He was really great about it.
yeah,
I'll be honest, that was another part of the grind that made it worth it. Both the support from you guys, but also the competition, right? Hey, there's a competitor here. I want to beat this competitor. That keeps you going too.
exactly. Yeah, that was crazy. That was really crazy, just recalling that event with our clan chat. And I do remember messaging him because I got worried about threats coming from our clan. Like what kind of threats? I don't want
Yeah,
the
that was, look. I get it, and
yeah.
clickbait, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to deny a YouTuber their clickbait. So
Yeah, yeah.
go ahead and put whatever clickbait you want to put on your videos. And
Yeah.
he was really cool about it in the stream the next
Yeah.
day. Like there definitely is a British humor thing
Yeah.
that maybe doesn't translate to other countries so well.
Yeah.
But yeah, he recognized it, and again was super cool about that.
Yeah, yeah, that's mine. I was just really worried that maybe, some of our clanmates got a little bit too excited or something that they were, but it's all good. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, no. I think the clan was again they were supportive, but yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think anybody was doing anything more than just ooh, we're gonna win this.
Yeah. All right. But yeah. Next question. How did this event affect your real life? So you said you were working. Did you have to skip work? Did you have to call in sick, or did you have to, really sleep late, wake up early?
Yeah, it was really the last part. It was staying up a bit later. It was getting up a little earlier. And Hell Hades he even would comment about how he'd notice. I'd rack up the points. Kind of overnight, and because that was when I had the availability, right? But until Sunday, even on Saturday, I had some family obligations to take care of, and grinding when I could. Sunday was really the only day that I'm like, okay, I'm doing this, 24 hours, it's Krisk or bust. But
Yeah.
that Sunday was the only day where it was really that kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I think I do recall him having a family event wherein he had to attend and an aunt's 60th birthday, was it? Um So I was
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, look, Krisk is great, but I mean, you still got things to do, right?
yeah, but if I were in that situation, I could probably, find a way to excuse myself to the restroom, for an hour or something. Yeah, I have diarrhea or something. Oh, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, there's definitely an aspect of excusing yourself to get to the computer for a couple more times than you normally would.
yeah.
But look, it's amazing. I mean, you still even with all the resources that you're using, the multi battles, you can set those things going, and it'll
Hmm.
go for a long time. So there are ways to be able to hit real life and still participate in something like this.
Yeah. Also, were what's your family like? If you have a partner or anyone who's living with you, did they notice that you were uh in your PC most of the time, that you weren't coming out, that you were, yeah, did your family know, or did anyone who's around you know that you're, you know, locked in for this 1 week?
Yeah, so my significant other didn't know that it was a tournament until the weekend. I kind
Mm,
of told her, look, I got this tournament.
yeah.
I'm still in it. I'm definitely going to focus on this and try to win it. And she was really cool about that. But yeah, during the week, it was here and there, and maybe what wasn't quite so pronounced. But Sunday was the big drive.
Yeah. And how many hours of sleep did you get a day?
It's a blur. It's a blur. Not enough though.
Yeah.
I can tell you how much. Not enough.
Did you set an early alarm, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.?
It was more the staying up.
Staying
It was
up.
more staying up.
Uh,
Definitely later than I normally would. And then just going on the day.
mhm,
Getting up when I normally would, going to work.
mhm.
Keeping the regular routine. Until 7, 8 o'clock at night when I would turn to campaign farming mode.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what did you learn from this event? Would you have done something differently? Was there something like did you perhaps learn a faster way to farm points?
Good question. Like definitely the market trick was a huge one. I
Yeah.
wish I had been doing that from the beginning. I didn't pick on that until later in the week. Um, I don't know. If there's anything else I would have necessarily done differently. I did kind of plan things out nicely at the beginning. I mean, the number one thing would have been, maybe what I'll do now is make sure that I got a ton of resources, not just saved, but like already at those 5 and 6 stars unleveled, right?
Mhm.
So I can quickly get 50, 60,000 points. Because the last thing I want to do is get into a grind like this one ever again. The best way to win is to avoid that grind.
Yeah, exactly. Mar the market thing is actually new to me. Because of course, as a free-to-play player, buying commons, you said buying uncommons is quite expensive from the market. I think let me check that again. I think it was yeah, 49,000.
They're definitely expensive, but
Yeah.
so the other things that look at the end of the day, I didn't get my crest, but I leveled up a whole bunch of champs that I've been meaning to level up. And that's one of the other reasons why I stopped when I did. I was starting to get to the point where I was just going to be leveling up, stupid epics, just to get the points, right? But pretty much, I leveled up about 25 Legos that I had been meaning to upgrade for some point. I'm looking forward to having fun with them, and trying them around in different parts of the game. Um, so that was good. The silver that I made. I mean, it campaigned for 7 days straight,
Yeah.
and trust me, you will get a lot of silver. So even with all the crazy expenditures, um, I'm way up on silver. So looking forward to these last two artifact enhancement events in the in the fusion going on right now.
Yeah.
Should be able to hit those pretty easy.
Speaking of artifact and enhancement, I don't know if you could see, but yeah, my silver right now, I'm sitting at uh four, what's it, 4 million silver, which is, and we're sitting at the second artifact enhancement event, and it definitely, this is the first time in my 2 years of playing Raid where I remember running out of silver for artifact and enhancement. So I'm a little bit worried that but I still haven't used my energy from the clan versus clan that we just won. So I have 2,400 energy sitting in my inbox right now. So when I'm planning to save that
Wow.
for the next champion training. So this is what I do as a free to play player because I can't buy, so I have to make sure that I save my energy for when it matters the most. Uh, but yeah,
Yeah, even pay to win players. I think something we get a bad rap, that we kind of waste resources, but this whole game is resource management,
yeah,
and no matter what level you play it on, you have to manage resources, whether it's, energy, which is probably the free to play player's biggest thing, gems, if you do a little bit more, pack buying, you still have to manage your gems. Hey, do I use my gems for energy? Do I use it? Sometimes you use to buy ancients, during events. And then of course, outside budget, you say, okay, well, how much am I really willing to spend this month or during this event or something like that. I mean, that's another thing that I think a lot of people like about this game. It's a giant resource, management and optimization problem
yeah.
wrapped up in great graphics.
Speaking of spending, are you open to sharing how much you have spent on this crazy event?
Honestly, I did lose track a little bit, but I am certain that I've spent more during like void events, right? It actually didn't seem that crazy. You're buying energy, you're buying chickens.
Yeah,
Really the way that this game steals money from your pocket is those
yeah,
void shards, man.
yeah,
Ouch, those
yeah.
hurt.
Yeah. Well, as a free to play player, I have actually no idea what you need to spend money on to win in an event like this. So I don't even know what's in the shop because I don't really look at the shop. So I think so you buy chickens. I think you buy can you buy brews?
So that was the thing. So they
Yeah.
were offering like deals every day, right? And
Ah,
and
okay.
yeah, a lot of the deals were chickens, brews, energy. But honestly, with RSL Helper down, the real value was in those multi battles.
Ah, okay.
That was the resource that I felt most constrained on. That I
Mm,
really felt I needed to manage those really well, and get the absolute maximum out of those multi battles. Do manual when I needed to, run those multi battles when I couldn't manual. That was the resource that I was always running out of.
interesting. Multi battles are a key to winning these kind of events. Right. Well,
When
yeah.
RSL helper is down, it sure is.
Yeah, yeah. Well, how do you feel about the end result? Like, were you happy that you tried this event, or or did you did you regret? You
I would
know,
be when it was over. That's for sure.
yeah.
Look, obviously, wished it had gone the other way,
Mm.
but like I told the clan, that this is my limit, and if I lose on this basis, I can live with that, right? And here we are a week later, and I can still say, look, I'm happy with that, set my limit, and live with the consequences. But going back to what I said earlier, I am glad that I got to level up the champs that I wanted to level up. Sill of the Drakes was still sitting around at 5 star. I got no excuse for that, right? I got to get her to 6 star, right? Got a couple other fusions that I worked really hard for, right? Still sitting at 5 stars, right? Good champs that other people definitely would have brought up to 6 star. that I do, I've spent a lot of time farming gear and neglected anybody out of those, kind of meta arena champs. And so it was good, and in hindsight, I'm happy I got those guys up where I want them to be. Now I'm going to do some minnow runs, get them all some masteries. And like I said, try them out in different parts of the game.
Yeah. Still of the Drakes sitting at 5-star is a shocker because she's one of my most used champions, especially in Doom Tower. It just goes to show, for she's a top tier
Well,
champ in my
and that was the curse of getting Siffy so early.
yeah.
You never need another support champ.
Yeah.
I finished Doom Tower hard before I could finish Faction Wars and get Lydia.
Wow.
Just because you throw Siffy, I mean, she is such a hard carry. You throw her on any team, and she will carry you. That was the best pull, and if anything, that's really what drew me into the game, so much. She was my second Lego. My first Lego was Elder Scar before they buffed him.
Oh.
That was just such a major, oh man. Like I read the online reviews and everything. It's like, oh boy, well I finally got my Lego and this is it. But then I got Siffy, and that turned everything around.
Nice, yeah. It makes me think though, if getting a top tier Lego early on in the game, if that's Plarium's way, are they giving new players at least one top tier Lego during the first few short events? Because I did get a Duchess quite early on, and Duchess just made me finish stage 20, and that was the time when we still didn't have stages 21 to 25 in dungeons. So I finished stage 20. I put Duchess in every single one of my teams. So that made me stay in the raid for this long. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, look, if I was running raid, I mean that's how you've got to do it, right? I mean, because you do need at least one really strong carry.
Like support,
right?
yeah.
Otherwise, this game is just so tough.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a Duchess, it's a Siffy. If you don't have them, like, yeah, it is fun to try to come up with the right, balance of different, characters and powers and skills and whatnot. But it's so much easier when you just say, oh, I'm going to throw Duchess on that team and, fought 4 epics and trounce through it,
Exactly, yeah. Well, would you do this kind of thing again in the future, knowing what you know now? For example, if Plarium made an event for Yumiko, for Warlord, for Hegemon, would you go for it?
So I was fortunate that I just drew my first hedge, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, Warlord or Yumiko, yeah, if I did it properly, and like I said, that very first day that it opened, I'd bust out of the gate, and maybe, what I'd have to do is I just say, look, I'm going to take Monday off from work, right? I'm just going to like completely smash this thing.
Yeah.
And then see if anybody responds, right? And I probably would not do 7-day grind again. That was like a one-time thing where I feel really good because I leveled up things I need to level up. I don't have 50 more Legos that need to get the 6-star, hiding in my vault. That I do this event again just for the sake of leveling up champs.
Yeah, I think you just mentioned like day one, just hitting it hard straight out of the gate. I think that was one of the more successful tactics that was done. If you get a bunch of points on day one, that can be really makes the other players in the group not even want to try. As a free-to-play player, I was kind of hopeful that I didn't get a whale in our group, but with 100 players, you're most likely going to get 1 or 2 or 3. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, honestly though, to Plarium's credit, there were rumors, for a Krisk level prize, they're going to do 250 P pools or something like that. And
Mhm.
no, they kept it to 100, but like I said, even with 100 people, I
Mhm.
mean, there's a real good chance of one, two, three people who are really willing to go for it.
Exactly. Yeah, well, being someone who has gone through the gauntlet to hell and back, what would you say to someone who wants to participate in an event like this in the future?
So yeah, kind of what I said earlier. Like, if you do it just for the Krisk, you probably shouldn't do it. Because the chances you're going to walk away with the Krisk, I mean, it's not exactly 1 in 100, but it's certainly not guaranteed. But if you're doing it as you're going to get all these ancillary benefits. Hey, you want to load up with 100,000 gold or 100 million gold, I should say, and you want to level up some champs. Actually, it was actually great prep for CVC. Is the reason why I had it, as much stored resources I did was because we were going to go up against that Deus Volt
Yeah, exactly.
clan who racked up what 50, 60 million on that famous CVC
Yeah.
a couple of months ago. So I'd kind of been saving up resources for that, and I was worried that I was completely gonna destroy my CVC output. When I used all those resources on the Krisk challenge. But it turns out you level up Legos to 6 star for an event like this. In CVC, when you ascend them,
Yeah.
I mean, I ascended, must have been 20, 25 Legos to 6 star. And that gives you tons and tons of CVC points.
Yeah.
And since I had them built, I actually booked a couple of them too. And so it kind of the ancillary, kind of second place things that I got, just by saying, hey, I'm going to dedicate myself and do this thing. It's almost worth it, in its own right. Having said that, if you are going to say, look, I want to upgrade these 30 champs, until an event like this, because you might be the one that wins.
Yeah. Uh, we were expecting you to take a break during Clan versus Clan because of that crazy week, but then you put up tons of points again. But yeah, I do remember getting
Champ
worried.
building, it's
Yeah.
crazy how much champ building does.
Yeah,
Crazy.
exactly. Especially with Ascension. You did mention that you ascended to what 25 Legos. But yeah, it does give you a lot of points.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm also very thankful that they did not put up millions of points like what they did the last time. So we were fortunate, we won that clan versus clan. But yeah, any last words?
We were all
Yeah,
worried they were going to hit in the
yeah,
last hours or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I'm so glad we won that one, because again, that was another thing. Look, especially after losing Krisk.
Yeah.
Again, thanks to you and the rest of the guys in the clan for putting up so many points, because I really needed a win this week, and that CVC was well worth it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we I think they were still within striking distance towards the end. Well, striking distance like 3 million or 4 million points, if they use tons of books or ascend a lot of champs, I guess they could do it. I guess we were just very paranoid with what they did the last time. All right. Well, yeah. Any final words that you want to say, especially to your buddy Hell Hades?
Look, thanks again for having me on. I definitely look forward to next time he streams, or one of these times when he streams, I'm gonna try to ping him, see if he wants to chat.
Yeah.
But look,
Mm.
good game. He did great. He earned that. And congratulations.
Yeah. Well, just want to say that I'm really happy that you're in our clan, so that We could win these clan versus clan tournaments. And when these whale events happen, we can say that, oh, we have our own whale right here, Constant. Uh, but yes, thank you so much for joining us here today. This is my very first interview. So yeah, just thank you.
Thank you. Thanks again. Thanks again. It's been great. Good talking with you.
Thank you. All right. See ya.
Bye.
And that's a wrap. That's my very first interview on YouTube and on this channel. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that interview. Congratulations to both Hell, Hades, and Constant. Both of you are winners in my book. Don't forget to subscribe if you had fun, or if you want to see more free-to-play content for Raid, or just some fun random videos like this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.